we spent the night basically sleeping on the floor and needed to get up at 5:30 in the morning to cross over the border and get into Haiti. About half of the team that went stayed at the clinic, and the other half of us went to Haiti. And this is the border, and you can see the trucks coming by with supplies that are being carried into Haiti. We were waiting there, Pastor Ted Cray, and not all of these people that are in this picture went with us actually all the way into Port-au-Prince, but we were waiting, and the pastors finally arrived. We're at the police station there. And Pastor Tomas Bernard and Pastor Marky Quesa, this is Pastor Quesa, and Pastor Thomas here on the left side of this picture, arrived along with some of the other leaders and pastors in the Lutheran Church, Evangelical Lutheran Church in Haiti. And I think you can kind of see the expression on their face. I mean, overall, they'd obviously been through a lot of stress. At the same time, I was amazed at how much they were able to carry forth and really take care of us for the next 2 days. We loaded up our things. We brought extra suitcases of medical supplies and food and things like that, whatever we could bring, some crutches and things like that. We loaded that up into a top here, and then we headed into Port-au-Prince. This area is only about an hour and a half from Port-au-Prince. And as we were driving down this road, it wasn't too far, really, even before we got to Port-au-Prince, where we began to see some of the destruction. And pretty soon you just go by, there's some UN troops marching around. This is still outside of Port-au-Prince. There's just so many pictures that I have here of destroyed buildings, and some of which you just can't imagine, how anybody can even get to what's underneath this rubble without heavy machinery. On this day that we were there, and keep in mind this is a week and a half after it happened, I still did not see really any heavy equipment yet. On the Saturday when we returned to Port-au-Prince, you'll see later I saw one piece of heavy equipment starting to dig through the rubble. We saw a lot of cars like this just totally crushed. A lot of people wearing masks. Tent cities, or places where people are just sleeping in these with sheets or pieces of cardboard. And you can see kind of, this is as we were going through Port-au-Prince. I have some little video clips, but I don't think they're going to work for me right now. I can make all of this stuff available to anybody who wants to look at them on our share drive. You can see some people have been donating. These Coleman tents seem to be quite popular. They've evidently gotten numbers of those donated. In fact, we brought 30 of them with us as well. This is I think the Ministry of Economy building. You can see it's pretty much utterly destroyed. Believe this is part of the government headquarters. We saw a lot of signs like this. We need help, like food, water, and all comity, all food basically. We saw many signs like that. We need help. We need help. This is probably I think we saw police 2 times, other than at the border in Port-au-Prince. Here's a police vehicle, and he's got water on the back. I realize it's not a very clear picture. We did have a little time that day. It's unreal, really. It's unreal. In the midst of all of this, they drove us up to some kind of little place where we could go inside and have have something to eat a little bit there in Port-au-Prince, and sitting there with Pastor Tomas Bernard. A lot of people lining up just to get water here. This is a water truck, container on her head. This picture really caught my attention because I could see that this woman here, you can see that either her son or brother or something is holding her leg in the cast, and I could just really see the pain in her face. She was really in a lot of pain, obviously. And we were waiting there at this gas station, I got out of our car and went to get Dr. Laudenschlager to go over and really look at her, because I was concerned that something was not right about the cast that she had on her leg, and maybe there was a blood supply issue or something. And he went over and talked with her a little bit and kind of real quickly checked and said that no, he thinks everything is okay. She's probably just suffering the pain of the fracture. And no crutches or anything like that. So when the tap came along, which is just a pickup truck basically, to pick her up, these men that were with her had to literally just carry her over to the tap and put her in there, and off they went. And so, she's been treated at the hospital, but there's no room for her to stay any longer. She probably should still be in the hospital, so she's off, with her family wherever they may be. Buildings like this just totally and completely demolished. This is out in the country on the way to Jacmel, and you can see this is like a 4-story building, and it's just flattened like a pancake. The road, the mountainous road, I don't have some very good pictures of this right here, but it's a very curvy mountainous road on the way to Jacmel, and there's chunks of it that are falling off. Here you can see a big spot where there's been a huge landslide over the side here, and part of the road is taken out. And this road is pretty much like this all the way between Lacaille and Jacmel. It's a long ways down. We see more people living out in the countryside in the tents. And again, you just keep seeing taking these pictures of just destroyed buildings. This is the city of Jacmel, where Pastor Kesa is located. And we went to a camp. There's like a soccer field there, and everybody was camping out on this soccer field. Most people, like you can imagine, were afraid to go into their homes. Either their homes had been totally destroyed, or they were maybe damaged, and they didn't know if they were safe. And even if their homes looked not too bad, they were still afraid to stay in them at night at this point in time. And these aftershocks kept coming and just kind of terrorizing the people. Some of these are actually video clips, but I'm sorry I can't make them work right now. This is going into that tent city.
We're getting close to the city, and I haven't seen any signs of see a lot of it, and then you don't know when you feel wrong. It doesn't seem particularly related to the quality of the houses that much.
Fortunately, it's not the rainy season. When does rainy season start in Haiti? Have they? I can't imagine if it starts raining like I know it can rain in Haiti, because I've been through it. It'll be a totally different situation, because right now the weather was very nice on these days, and but boy, if the rain comes, this is not much shelter at all. It's no shelter, really. Pastor Kesa there in the tent city, and as we went in, we walked in together, all kinds of people, people that knew him from town came in, and you just hear him, he just listened. Oftentimes there wasn't a whole lot he could really do to help people other than just talk to them about, encourage them in some way or another. We went, some of you have probably seen the video that you can see on the internet that was put together by one of the members of our team. And you can't see anything here, but we're actually at Marquis Case's church, and it's at night. And I didn't want to take any flash pictures or anything, but there were about 150 people gathered around.